How about flowers?
What he meant to say was flamethrower.
A what?
It's been too long. It's simply been too long. A video needs to be posted. You guys are needing to hear from me. I've been getting messages from my thousands of subscribers like,
please, where are you? Your absence has been noticed. Your absence has been heard in our hearts. Like, we're sorry that, like, we haven't been turning in the numbers that you're needing to continue doing this regularly, but, like, we just need to hear from you.
let this be my statement that I hear you loud and clear. And so today we're gonna have a yap fest. The Stranger Things obsession, you know what I mean? Hyperfixation is maybe something that you could call it, has gotten to a concerning level. It's gotten to a concerning level. It's very, very hard for me to think about anything else these days. And I mean, it's that good of a show. Me and my dad have been rewatching it lately, and I just have to say, does it hold up? Oh boy, does it hold up. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It is truly a great show, and it will go down as the best shows in history when it is over. And people don't be giving it the credit it deserves, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that, and I understand critiques, but you're wrong. It's life-changing and amazing and historic. And I think if you rewatch it, especially all together, you'll be like, oh, they've built something. They built something so special. Since this is just a yap fest, there's not too much structure. But I have some points, okay? I have some notes. Not on that. That's a blank piece of paper. And they are not on a paper at all. They are in my mind because I am that powerful, okay? And that organized. So, what could I possibly need to talk about? Guys, I need to talk about Nancy Wheeler. Nancy Wheeler is the best character in the world, of all time maybe. She is perfect in every way. She is the reason that the tide comes in. She's the reason that the sun sets, you know. She's the stars in the sky. She's the moon at night. She is the sunshine. I mean, Nancy Wheeler is the best. She's the best character in Stranger Things. Her development is insane. And we have to talk about it. Because if I don't talk about it, I can't do it anymore, guys. I feel lonely, I feel isolated, and I don't feel like anyone is comprehending how offensive and illegal Nancy Wheeler is. Because she is the best person ever. Why do I love Nancy so much? Is a question that might be crossing your mind. And that's valid, because truly when you look at people's favorite characters on this show, she is in most people's top 10. Like, people love her, but she is not usually anyone's sole favorite. When you're looking at them, people are always like, Steve, Dustin, Elle, Hopper, Mike, Will. But Nancy has a really good character development, and I think that's something that everyone kind of acknowledges. That's why you see a general consensus that she is a liked character, even though she's not everyone's favorite character. And so when I say development, what am I talking about? I'm talking about season 1. Okay, Barb dies. Infamous. Barb dying, infamous element of Stranger Things. And rightfully so. Shannon Purser does give a great performance in the few episodes she's in. And even more so, Natalia Dyer as Nancy, reacting to Barb's death throughout the rest of the show, just continues to build and develop. And you really get to see her development in terms of the grief that she's feeling and the responsibility she feels for being one of the reasons that Barb did die. And she is. And so it's really interesting to see a character who takes so much responsibility as just a character trait go through a situation like that where they're forced to take ultimate responsibility for this horrible thing that happened to their friend. You know, she didn't kill Barb, okay? She didn't kill Barb. Her and Steve are not responsible for Barb's death, even though they are in some ways complicit. And that's a very compelling thing for a character to be, especially a character or characters that are that likable, because they are that likable. And I truly do think overall in Stranger Things, the teen group that is Steve, Nancy, Jonathan, Robin, all them is so much more important and integral to the success of the show than people give it credit for. Because these characters are a lot of times the one that are connecting big clues. Not notoriously. That's not the word I want to say. Throughout the seasons, we see two characters largely making most of the important connections between all the events. And that's Joyce, of course. Joyce has her Christmas lights. She has the crayon drawings in season 2 with the tunnels, the magnets in season 3, the Russia stuff in season 4. Joyce is doing this. It's an integral part of Joyce's character. But always, always, always is also Nancy doing these things. She is inherently investigative. It's a core aspect of her character, which makes sense because she's modeled after Nancy Drew and named after her. Nancy is a Nancy Drew archetype. She is investigative. She is Scooby-Doo-esque even. She is looking into these bad guys, these monsters, the Upside Down, the lab, and she is finding clues, piecing them together to make a story and to figure out what the story is. I just love that aspect of her character. I think it is such a strong element of the show, even. Now, what's another thing I like about Nancy? Well, let's talk about the guns, okay? Not those ones. Let's talk about the physical guns, because I think it's a very important part of her character, and I think some people kind of wash it down to just it's cool, or it's awesome to see her in that role because it is a role that normally goes to a man, but there's actually a lot of intentionality behind it. Nancy, because of what happened with Barb and what happens in the first season overall, her brother's so involved in this and she wasn't doing anything to protect them. They were fighting. There's a lot of responsibility that she takes as the oldest daughter of this family, where the parents don't know what's actually going on, to not only protect her family, but also to protect all of the people around her that are mostly younger than her, especially when she isn't in storylines with Hopper and Joyce very much. And so it makes sense to me after the traumatic things that happened to her in season 1 with Barb and with going into the Upside Down with the Demogorgon through that tree gate. I think it makes a lot of sense that she would step up into this kind of action role. And I think it's really fun to see that subverted into the girl being the investigative leader, action star, and Jonathan being the empathetic support. And it works also really well because Jonathan's brother is missing. And that's why I love Jancy, okay? This is a Jancy fan account. Don't get it twisted. I love Steve. Steve is in fact higher on my character ranking than Jonathan. But I am not a Stancy guy, okay? Stancy can go away. Okay, and I support you if you like that, but me personally, no. I mean, come on, the matching scars on Jonathan and Nancy's hand, that's giving me chills just thinking about it. And when they finally begin their relationship at Murray's, what a great episode, what a great moment. Thank you, matchmaker Murray. And I do really think Natalia Dyer's performance is a part of why I love Nancy so much. As I've been rewatching these seasons with my dad recently, something that I've really thought, as I've been specifically paying attention to her character since I like her so much, is the performance and not just the things the actual character is doing. And it's really good. The scene in season 4 where Vecna gives her that vision to kind of be, this kind of prophetess to the rest of the characters of what he wants to tell them. Her acting is insane. When she's in the chair and he's like, show this to 11. And she's like, no! Yes! That is so good. And then when she recounts that vision to the rest of the characters, I got chills. If I'm being honest, I had chills because it is such a good performance, and the way that she delivers these insane lines, these lines that are so unrealistic and insane with so much gravity, is very, very impressive. It reminds me of that clip of Elizabeth Olsen talking about playing Scarlet Witch, and they're making her rewatch her iconic roles, and she says, "You are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives inside me." And Elizabeth Olsen literally laughs out loud and says, "That's the craziest thing I've ever been made to say." And it's so true. We don't think about it because these actors are doing such a good job, but Nancy's literally sitting there like, "You showed me a monster with a big mouth, and there were many more monsters. Like, this is not real. This is not real things, but it feels real, and that is so impressive. We need to take a breath. We need to take a breather, and we need to applaud. Thank you, Duffer Brothers, for giving us this character. She's amazing. I love her. I needed to make a little bit of a shorter video, and this is a good thing to talk about because how could I not talk about it? It's just so cool. She's so cool. The show is so cool. I love all the characters. There's not a single character I dislike in the show, which is rare. There's usually a character that I'm like, okay, I can do without you. You can go home. But not here. They're all awesome. I'm so excited for the final season. Obviously, specifically for what it holds for Nancy. If you want a little sneak peek into my thoughts, I think she's going to die. I have a very solid theory about that I'll probably talk about in another video closer to the release in about a month. But honestly, what spurred me to make this video was that I looked up Nancy Wheeler in the search bar, and I wasn't seeing a whole lot of results for videos analyzing Nancy and her character. And obviously, I'm not going super deep here. I wasn't doing a bunch of research. It's just based off my rewatch of the show and my love for the character. But I just had to yap about it. I mean, be the change you want to see in the world. If you're not seeing enough Nancy Wheeler content, make a Nancy Wheeler video. And I've always said that. Okay, that's all I have to say. And I'm really, really happy that you're here if you are. And if you could drop a little bit of a like, maybe a little bit of a subscribe. And please comment. Comment your favorite character and why you like them, okay? That's what I want to know. That's what we all want to know. And I appreciate you. Goodbye.